Hello guys, and welcome to another Empires and Puzzles video. Today I'll be reviewing the two new heroes and the two new costumes in the seasonal summon, the Springvale summon family. But first, let's start this video off with double limit breaking a hero, and that hero will be Garten. So we have our ethers right here. His ether power will be damage reduction, which is pretty good. I think reduces 15% of damage for 6 turns, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So let's double limit break him. Confirm, yes. So there, damage reduction, ether talent, 10%, not 15%, my apologies. And before we get into the Springvale family, while I was reviewing the new hero Rocket in my previous video, which I just uploaded, be sure to check that video out after I post this video and you watch this video. So here is the thing. So here I have Boom and Fang, and if you look at the passive, 50% chance to perform. But if you look at someone like Deadboot, for example, 30% chance to perform. Kettle, 60% chance to perform. Now, if you don't know this, please leave a like or subscribe, because the chance of casting the passive depends on the mana speed that your special skill runs by. So, for example, Boom and Fang, average speed, 50% chance. Let's take a look at another average speed hero like Dirt Feather, 50% chance. Now, if you go faster than average, for example, let's find a fast speed hero. Acid Fire, for example, he's at fast speed, 1 level faster than average, so he will have a 40% chance to perform this passive. Now, if you don't believe me this works, Deadboot, 1 more step faster than fast speed, which is very fast speed, which is a 30% chance to perform the passive. And lastly, let's take a look at someone like Grimsteel or Kettle. As you can see, slow speed. Now we have discovered that average speed 50%. Now slow speed, it is 60%. So the chance to perform depends on the mana speed of the special skill of your goblin hero. So that is pretty interesting in my opinion. Now let's get into what I'm actually posting this video, the seasonal summon. So there are 2 new heroes, Timothy and Miss Ethel, and then we have a costume for Jasper and Archie. So let's start with the costumes. So new Archie is a 5-star green druid class of the Springvale family. Now the Springvale family gives a bonus for 2 or 3 heroes, a plus 10% attack or plus 20% attack. So the members of this family have additional perks in the Springvale Festival event, and the event is now active. So the Springvale family bonus is one of the most basic and easy family bonuses. Let's get back, I don't want him to disappear. The most basic, one of the non-complicated family bonuses, which gives attack. Now his costume bonus, both 15% on attack and defense bonus, 20% on health bonus, and that 5% mana bonus. So let's take a look at his stats. 1001 attack, 952 defense, and 1749 on the health. So extremely balanced stats on Archie, especially for a costume of a hero who has been released for quite a long time now. And he benefits from the special boost ether talent, which at the start of each turn, the hero's special skill will deal an additional plus 30% damage for 6 turns, and especially at his special skill run at fast speed, as you can see here, this special boost ether talent would be extremely impactful. So running at fast speed, Archie will deal 240% damage to all enemies. I think that is lower than the original version, I should say. And then all enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 4 turns. The duration is the same. And then for each received status, receive 300 damage for each attempted buff. So that is double the damage that you would receive for the buff immunity. I accidentally clicked away. And then this caster gets 10% accuracy for 4 turns. This effect can't be cleansed. So of course the Springvale family, Easter, you always have a twist. This is Archie's twist, minus 10% accuracy, just like the normal one. But especially running at fast speed, I think you would take about 3 or 4 moves to charge, 4 or 5, 3 if you're lucky. So I think the accuracy won't be as impactful as the game would think, and it's only 10% accuracy. So I don't think it would be that impactful on Archie's next special skill. But I really do like how they lessen the damage and then made Archie more of like a supporter, a hero specialist. Sorry if there's background noise. I'm in a completely new recording environment. But I like how they changed Archie to more of a hero specialist, of blocking buffs or giving buff immunity, applying buff immunity to the enemy team. So I really like this new version of Archie. Congratulations if you managed to get any of the Springvale heroes. Congratulations. Now let's take a look at our second costume. It is a costume for Jasper. Now, the new Jasper is a monk class, which gives him the chance to withstand amazing class. He can withstand from ailments to like any ailment, mindless attack, shifting mindless attack, and ghosting, and so many other more effects. I really like the monk class. Same family, same costume bonus. We won't go over that again. Now let's take a look at his stats. 892 on the attack, an extremely low attack, 1003 defense, and 1952 on the health. So really high defense and health, especially that health stat. But the attack stat I'm really disappointed with. Well, but he's not an attack hero anyways, so that won't really affect him that much. Now if you go ahead and double limit break him, 1130 on the attack, 1346 on the defense, and 2587 on the health, and he benefits from the boosted regen ether talent, which gives him 50 boosted health each turn for 6 turns for a total of 300 boosted health over 6 turns. So makes him even more tanky. Boosted regen, I think, is a decent, not as good as some other ether talents, but definitely a decent ether talent. So next, let's take a look at his special skill. His special skill will be called Dreams of Nourishment, in contrast of Petals of Nourishment. So running at slow speed, making him not a good hero to use in attack formations. Now, at slow speed, Jasper will cast Dreams of Nourishment. All allies regenerate 1450 HP over 5 turns. All allies get plus 60% attack for 5 turns, and all allies get a whopping 60% chance for critical chance for 5 turns. And then the caster gets -5 mana generation for 5 turns, and the effect can't be dispelled. So first, I can already see a difference between the heal. The heal for the costume is a little bit more powerful, and it lasts for 5 turns. This one lasts for 6 turns. I definitely prefer the 5 turns, so it can close the possibility a little bit of being cleansed, or being dispelled, since it is a buff. And the attack and critical chance from 50 to 60, but from 6 turns to 5 turns. So I think that is a balance. And then the caster gets -5% mana for 5 turns. And the effect can be cleansed. This one is 5% mana as well, but for 4 turns. So I don't see the little twist, the Easter egg on Jasper being effective, especially if you have the costume bonus, which gives him the 5% mana bonus, and those mana bonus will counter each other, and you will still have the mana bonus from your troop. So I don't really see a massive impact on Jasper. Well, amazing hero. I think he should be extremely good in your attack team, especially the critical chance and the attack. He may work in Titans, I believe, especially because of that extremely high plus critical chance, and 5 turns is a long duration. So I really like Jasper. So our third hero, the new ones, is Miss Ethel. Miss Ethel, ice hero of the fighter class, Springvale family, no passives. I think these guys don't have passives as well. So no passives. That's a bit surprising, because I think they're gonna release these new heroes with passives. So that is just definitely a disappointment. But I do love that class. Now let's take a look at Miss Ethel's stats. 1009 attack. There's that background noise again. Sorry. 955 defense and 1816 defense. Defense, 955 defense and 1816 on the health. And if you go ahead and double limit breaker, 1353 attack, just over 1300 defense, and 2379 on the health. And the Ether talent, she benefits from the attack up, which gives her a plus 20% attack for 6 turns. Extremely good Ether talent, especially for damage dealers. They're running at a very fast or average speed. So let's take a look at her special skill. Her special skill is called Mooing for a Fight. Now I think she will deal a lot of damage, which I already see that 600 damage. And I will give you a little hint. Miss Ethel is extremely similar to another hero that would be featured in the Soul Exchange. Let's see if you can guess who that hero is. So at average speed, she will deal 600 damage to the target, a whopping 600 damage, especially with that high attack stat. That will hurt, especially if you pair her with another Springvale family hero, which gives her the plus 10 or 20% attack, depends on how many heroes you have. And then if the target have more than 40% health before receiving the damage, targets another enemy who has 40% health, who have above 40% health before receiving any type of damage from this special skill. So first, she deals that big hit to the target that you're aiming, but if that target has more than 40 health before receiving the damage, so it basically measures, so if the target has more than 40, it casts and then it repeats itself on another target who has 40%, who has more than 40% health, and then it just chains through, and the damage is reduced on each consecutive hit, and then each enemy can only be hit once. Okay, so at least see. So here, if none other of the enemies has 40% health, then target a random enemy. So at least I think you will get 2 hits. You will get 2 hits if none of the enemies have more than 40% health. So if you didn't guess by now who Miss Ethel's special skill is similar to 3, 2, 1. So if you haven't made your guess, comment down below, pause the video to brainstorm. But the answer is Anne from the pirate family. Yes, it is Anne, just running at a different speed and dealing a different amount of damage. Miss Ethel is like a more powerful and slower version of Anne with improved stats and improved class. I think not improved class because Anne already has the fighter class. But congratulations if you do get Miss Ethel. I think she's gonna be an absolute beast. She's gonna have a massive impact in your team if you're not in like the far high meta. If you're in like just the cheap to play players, Miss Ethel would be extremely impactful in your gameplay. So congratulations if you get any of these heroes. Now let's take a look at our last hero. His name is Timothy. Timothy is a little fire pig, a fire element pig with the rogue class. One of the best class, gives him the chance to evade. Of course, the Springvale family, no passive. Let's take a look at his stats. 978 on the attack, 990 on the defense, and 1823 on the health. So pretty balanced stats on Timothy. Now we're going to double limit break him. He'll be just above 1300 attack, just below 1300 defense, and 2458 on the health. And he benefits from the heal increase, which gives him plus 50% increase of any healing received for 6 turns. So it makes him a more survivable hero, a pretty decent ether talent, not the best, but not the worst. Now let's take a look at his special skill. It is called Adventure Awaits, and if you may have seen, he has this little question mark. I think I need to whip out my pen. Here on the word awaits, there's this little question mark. So that is the first time I have seen. Please comment down below if you have seen this in any other hero. It is pretty interesting. So let's get back. Adventure Awaits is running at average speed, and at average speed, Timothy will boost the health of all allies by 560. So that heal increase would come in handy. He would recover instead of 560 will be I don't know. It's 560 plus 280. I'm too lazy to do the math. I think it's like 840 if I'm not mistaken. Then all allies get an additional plus 20% attack and an additional 10% each time any other ally casts their special skill, up to a maximum of 70% for the next 3 turns. Then the caster gets minus 20% defense for 3 turns. So pretty good. So first, you're gonna get that heal. Run at average speed. I'm not sure if he's that good, because someone like Mario, especially run at fast speed, gives that 700% boosted health and that cleanse, all at fast speed. But I guess Timothy makes up for the attack, and that attack can go up to a whopping 70% if your team is fully charged. And then that defense won't be effective. I think defense like that much of defense doesn't have a high impact anymore. Just 20% normal defense if it's elemental defense maybe, But normal defense 20%, it's just not enough. And for 3 turns, not a really long duration to wait for. But I think Timothy can be used as an attack buffer and a healer. But if you're gonna bring Timothy, I recommend bringing someone like Cupido, like for a secondary healer, because 560 at average may not be enough, especially heroes these days just deal a whopping amount of damage. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and if you get any of these new heroes, congratulations. I think they will be extremely helpful in your roster if you're not in the meta or like the high spenders. So congratulations again if you do get them, and see you next time.